Hey everybody, it's Cooper here, and welcome to a very awesome pickup video. I have tons of really cool stuff to show you guys today, lots of promo items, a couple new systems, and some really rare games. So let's just jump into it. The first thing that I want to show you guys is something that I didn't buy for my collection. I just bought this to sell, but I thought it was kind of interesting, and I wanted to show you guys, and that is an Xbox One controller. And I found this at Goodwill for $29.99. It wasn't brand new or anything, but it is all in here. I don't have any friends who have an Xbox One that I know of, so I haven't been able to test it, but it looks brand new. So, you know, I put it on Craigslist. I think I looked it up. They're 60 bucks new, so I put it up for 50 or best offer, and hopefully someone will be able to pick that up. But I just thought it was kind of interesting to see one at Goodwill so quickly. But next up is a N64 memory card. Just like with the PS2 and GameCube ones, I keep all the first-party memory cards I get, so just got that in a random Craigslist deal. Next up is a stack of Nintendo Powers here that I got. I have stuff to show you guys here that come from two collections that I bought, actually, and most of the stuff that I bought, honestly, was to sell or trade, but there were some things in each collection that I bought for myself. So these Nintendo Powers came from the first one, and I bought this collection a couple days ago, and there's a bunch here. This first one is the only one that's like a current one, and that is, what issue is this? 275 with Kid Icarus there, for Kid Icarus Uprising. And then the rest here are all between 20 and 40. So these ones are all NES and Super Nintendo era. First one has TMNT 3, Battletoads, Street Fighter, Mario Paint, Mega Man 3, Power Blade, Metal Storm, Vice Project Doom, Felix the Cat, Star Trek, Super Castlevania 4, Mega Man in Dr. Wily's Revenge, and that's the last one here. And what's great about these is that they all have their posters still attached, and like any extras that ever came in them, you know, they're all still in there, which is great. And I haven't compared them to my collection yet to see which ones I need. But whichever ones I end up already having, the doubles will probably go on eBay or something. But I thought that was cool because I have a lot of Nintendo Powers, but most of the ones I have are like Nintendo 64 and newer. So this will definitely fill some holes in the collection, and it was awesome to get those. They were kind of thrown in for free almost on the deal, so that was pretty cool. And then also from that first deal, I picked up, I already had this, but the one that I got in this collection was actually a condition upgrade for mine, and that is a complete copy of Mario Paint. And the one that I originally had didn't have the styrofoam insert, which is very flimsy, by the way. I didn't realize that it was like that until I got this one, but my old one didn't have that, and this box is in better condition as well. It's a little dusty, but definitely in better shape. But this one did not come with the instruction manual, which my other one had, so this one is complete now, and in much better condition than the previous one I had in my collection, which was awesome. And then next up is a bunch of promo items, and I'm just going to show you guys all these now, and then after that I have more games and systems to show you, but I figured I would just do all the promo stuff kind of together here. So from the collection that I bought today, actually, thrown in for free is a Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots Tactical Espionage Action DVD. Not really something that I would try to collect myself, but just getting it thrown in on the deal was kind of cool, and that'll be going into my collection of, I guess, video game DVDs. I have a few of those. Let's see, next up is this, and actually I'll save that for after these because that's pretty cool. Next up is a sealed Last Story soundtrack. Nothing much to say about that. And then I have two art books here. The first one is for Fire Emblem Awakening, which I don't actually own yet, so I mean, I guess it's good to get the book now because the game's probably easier to find. And then also the art book for Xenoblade Chronicles, which I didn't have because the only copy of the game that I have is the GameStop reprint version, so it's cool to get that. And then next up is this little Mario pin. I'm not going to open it because it's kind of hard to get out of the box, but it's for New Super Mario Bros. 2, I believe, and it's like the pre-order bonus. It's just like a little metal pin, which is pretty cool. And then I got this little Harvest Moon plush, and it's the duck here. Still got the tag on there. It's very small, the size of my hand. You know, it's pretty tiny, but I thought that was pretty cool. And all those so far were from the second collection, which I just got today. Then this last promo item here comes from Game Gavel, which if you guys haven't checked that out, I've mentioned it before, but it's an auction website only for video game stuff. So definitely check it out. I ended up winning this for I think like 15 bucks, and this is a magnetic dry erase board with a pen, but it's special because it's from Super Mario 64. Now I'm pretty sure this is official because it comes from Rick Weiss, or Weiss, I don't know how to pronounce it, but he's a very well-known collector. He runs the Portland Retro Gaming Expo and everything, so coming out of his collection it's probably legit, but it's got the N64 logo there, and there's the pen, and then of course Mario, and then it's got the magnets on the back here. So I will be putting this on the fridge, and my girlfriend and I are going to use it kind of like as, you know, write down like a grocery list or whatever. Just pretty cool. Pretty unique Nintendo 64 item there. And then this comes from eBay, and this isn't something that I would normally buy, but I do collect for the system, so I thought it was pretty cool. And it was only like $3 after shipping, and that is an NFL Game Day 2002 Super Bowl pin for the PlayStation 2 game. It's very small, if it'll focus, but it says PS2 at the bottom there, and it's just a metal pin. And yeah, I thought it was pretty cool, and like I said, it was only like $3 after shipping, so I figured why not. And then next up is a bunch of Donkey Kong promotional items, and the reason that I got so many of these in one shot is because I bought a bundle of them in an eBay auction, which was really awesome. And so the first item that was in there is this Nintendo tote bag with Donkey Kong. It's double-sided. I don't know if this is like a Club Nintendo item or what, but I thought that was pretty cool. I have a couple of these. I have like a Wii Fit one. I have the Pikmin one from Club Nintendo. And I think I have one more that just has Mario on it, but I thought that was cool. It'll probably just be put away because I have nowhere to display it right now. Next up is a foam Donkey Kong tie. Not really sure like what this was used to promote or whatever, but it's pretty cool. I've never seen one before. Next up, I got another one of the Donkey Konga shot glasses, and this is the third one that I have now. I have two in my collection that I was planning on. I'm definitely keeping one for myself. The other one I was planning on just like maybe trading away at some point for something else that I want. Now that I have a third one, I'm probably just going to give this to my friend Sam, honestly, because I don't think they're worth that much, at least not yet, but it's a pretty cool promotional item, so that'll be going to Sam. And then a couple more here. I got this little Donkey Kong pin, kind of in the same style as the Mario pin and the PS2 pin. Getting a third one here, all in the same video. That was pretty cool. And then the last promotional item in the Donkey Kong bundle was a Nintendo 64 Donkey Kong plush. And it still has the tag on there. It says Nintendo 64, and he actually talks. So, I thought that was really cool. These usually sell for like around $10 to $20, and the whole bundle was $25, but it also included a factory-sealed Donkey Kong game, which I will show you later in the video here, but I thought that was an incredible deal. You know, the bag, the shot glass, and the pin and the tie, I wasn't really interested in. They're cool, but they're not things that I would go out and buy on their own. But the plush was definitely cool, and the game was definitely cool. So to get the whole bundle for about 25 bucks after shipping was a great deal, I think. And I'm very glad to add these pieces to my collection. Now, next up, these, I guess you could consider them promo items, although they're not. When I think of promo items for video games, I kind of think anything that's not a game, system, or accessory. So any kind of toys, I almost consider like a promo item, even though it's really not. But I got 2 sealed figures here. The first one is from a PS2 game, and that is for Maximo Army of Zin, which is a game that I have, and this is the Tinker figure. And like I said, it's sealed, made by Capcom. And I thought this was pretty cool. There's a bunch of them, like all the different characters and everything. But this one, I think I ended up winning for like $10, which is really cheap, I thought. So decided to grab that. And then the other one here, I ended up winning this one for, I think it was around 20 bucks after shipping, 20 or 25. And that's a sealed Donkey Kong figure. And I thought this was really cool. And this is from the Super Nintendo era. Actually, it says 1999, and it has the N64 logo on the back, so I guess it's from the N64 era. But still very cool. This one is sealed as well, although the plastic does have some dings and some dents in it. But, you know, I'm not too worried about that because I think it's a very cool piece to add to the collection, especially being Donkey Kong. Okay, so there's one more promo item that I'm going to save for the very end because it's very, very cool. And just to get you guys excited now, it is another sign. It's another light. It's a neon sign that I just added to my collection today, and it came from the second collection that I bought. So the collection that I got the Harvest Moon plush in, I got this new sign, which I'll show at the end of the video, so definitely stay tuned for that. But between now and then, I'm going to be showing you guys a bunch of games and systems. And there's retro stuff here, but the only retro stuff is going to be systems. So the games are all fairly new. PS2, GameCube, and up. But the first one is Kid Icarus Uprising for the 3DS. This is complete in the big box with, you know, the game is in there, obviously. That's complete. And then the console stand. So I thought that was pretty cool. I just started collecting DS and 3DS stuff, so when I was offered this in a Craigslist deal with a bunch of other stuff that I'm going to make money off of, I figured I'd pick this up for myself, and I ended up spending about $15 on it, which isn't bad. I think they usually go for like 25 and up for a complete one like that. And now let's move on to Wii games. That was the only 3DS or DS game I got. I have a little stack of Wii games here, and I know that in the past few videos I've been showing you like one stack that's just common stuff, and then one stack that's a little bit more rare. I don't have that many today, so I'm just going to show them all to you at once, but I did put the more rare and obscure games towards the end. So, starting off, we have Build-A-Bear Workshop Friendship Valley. I normally would not have bought this. You know, eventually I would get it because I'm going for a complete set, but I wouldn't have bought this on its own, and I didn't because this came bundled with one of the more obscure games off of eBay, and this one was kind of just thrown in for free because I was pretty much only paying for the other one. Same with this one here. Cars, Toon, Mater's Tall Tales. And this was bundled with the game as well, and I was only paying for the other game, but I looked this game up, and the cheapest one was like 10 bucks. So, you know, it's not super cheap, because I know a lot of Wii games are like a couple dollars now, but this one's complete with a poster and everything, so worked out to be a pretty good deal on that one, I think. And then these next 3 games come from GameStop, and these are part of the buy 2 get 1 free deal, so I just picked them up. First one is Worms Battle Islands, just a game I didn't have, and this one was $11.69. That was one of the ones I actually paid for. And every single one of these games are complete, by the way. Next up is Metal Slug Anthology, and this is where we're getting into some of the more obscure games. This one was $9, and this was the one that ended up being free, but a complete copy of this is normally around 20-ish, 15 to 20, and this is listed on a lot of people's rare Wii games lists, even though it's not that rare or expensive, but it is a little bit more obscure and hard to find complete. Next up is Wii Cheer. This one was $13.50, and you guys are probably wondering why did I buy another one, because I bought one of these and showed it in my last couple videos. But this one is actually a case variant, which is very weird. And the only reason that I noticed it is because the GameStop had both versions right next to each other. And the only difference that I can tell is on the side here, there's like a megaphone behind the text, and this one is pink and the other one's orange. And I compared it to my copy, and I had the orange one, so I bought the pink one here, and just decided to add it to the collection because it's really weird, and I don't know if this one is just faded or what, but I don't know how fading could turn from orange to pink. So, I don't know, but I'll just put that in the collection. And then, next up, I have 2 Rita Rabbit games. I'm not sure which of the 2 is more rare, but the first one is Preschool. And this is one of the ones that came bundled with either the Build-A-Bear game or the Cars game. And the second one is Rita Rabbit 2nd Grade. And this came bundled with the other game, whichever one didn't come with Preschool, came with this one. And those are both complete. Those ones are they're kind of tough to find complete. You know, you can easily find sealed copies and everything, but they're like $30 and up, and I paid about $12 each for those, which I think is pretty good. Then the last Wii game is Beyblade Metal Fusion Battle Fortress, and this game is actually listed as being like a hard to find game, which I don't see it being hard to find, but you know, people are calling it rare or hard to find or whatever, so I figured I'd pick it up, and I was lucky enough to get a factory sealed copy, and it's in an extra protector here, but I assure you it is sealed, and I got this off of eBay for around $20 after shipping, and it was listed at like 26 with, or best offer, I think, and I ended up getting it for around 20. So I thought that was pretty good deal, because normally they sell for that complete anyway, or maybe a little bit less, but they normally sell for around that anyway for a complete one, so I figured I'd get a sealed one now because it might be a tough one to find sealed in the future. Next up are PS2 games, and these all come from the collection that I bought today. It was mostly PS2 games what I bought. They're all RPGs, and these ones here are just the ones that I ended up not having in my collection already. So, you know, I got a bunch of stuff that I can sell and make a little bit of profit on and get these games for free, essentially. So, I'll kind of try and save the best for last here, but the first one is Lifeline Voice Action Adventure. This is a really cheap game, just one I didn't have. Next up, and these are all complete by the way, next up is the Bible game. This one's in like a regular DVD case here, not an official PS2 case, so I'm going to have to switch that, but it is complete. Next up is IGPX Immortal Grand Prix, and this one is, you know, just by the title, you would think that it's like a racing game or something, but it looks more like a mech style game. I don't know, it might be a mech racing game, but it definitely has mechs in it, and there's a GameStop price tag on here of $7.99, but this is upwards of like a $20 to $30 game, which is kind of weird. I wasn't really expecting that, but actually this one is missing the manual. I didn't even check, but still glad to add that to the collection. Next one is Mobile Suit Gundam Journey to Jaburo, and this is the last Mobile Suit Gundam game that I needed for the PS2, I believe. I have 3 or 4 other ones, but yeah, that's a really weird disc. It's all grayed out there, but it does say NTSC, so pretty cool though. Glad to add that. And then this one here, I guess this is like a mobile game, but it's Battle Assault 3 featuring Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. Another one that's just kind of hard to find and kind of expensive. Next up is an Atlas title that I did not have, and I'm very glad to have that, and that is Sky Gunner. This one's kind of expensive. And then the last one here, this last game actually made the whole bundle much better in my opinion, because when I originally looked at the pictures he sent me of all the PS2 games, I saw this one in there and realized I didn't have it, so I was excited about that. But when he got here, it turns out that it was actually factory sealed, and I didn't realize that from the pictures, and that is Sakura Wars So Long My Love. This is like, you know, the collector's edition or whatever it says, includes 3 bonus items there at the bottom. I've got it in a protector here, of course, but it is sealed, and I'm very glad to add that to my collection. I thought that was very cool, and finding out that it was sealed, you know, when he actually gets here, it was a very nice surprise. Next up are GameCube games. These are the last lot of games here before I get into these systems. And there's only 4 games here, but they're pretty quality titles. And one of them here is like the rarest GameCube game I own now, so I'm glad to have that. But first up is One Piece Grand Adventure. This is the last One Piece game I needed on the GameCube, and I actually got this from Rick, same guy that I got this from. I bought them around the same time and was able to have him combine shipping for me. This is normally like a $20 game, and I got it for about $14, which isn't a huge discount, but it's still pretty good. And that's complete. Next up is the sealed Donkey Kong game that came with all the promo stuff, and that is Donkey Konga. And it's black label, it's sealed. Unfortunately, it has a sticker on the back there that when I attempted to peel it off a little bit, it was just leaving behind lots of paper. So I just decided to leave it on because the sticker is from Redmond, Washington, and it says property of NMI, which I'm not sure what NMI is. I'm going to look it up. It's not Nintendo of America, obviously, but Nintendo is around there, so I thought that was pretty cool. You know, a sealed copy of the game plus all the other stuff for 25 bucks was an incredible deal. But these last 2 games here are the really, well, the first one's a pretty good deal. The second one, I pretty much paid, you know, almost retail for, but I'm still glad to have it. And the first one is Resident Evil Pure Evil 2-pack, which includes Resident Evil and Resident Evil 0. And I've seen 2 different box covers for this, so I'm not sure if there's 2 different variants, and if there is, I'm going to have to pick up the other one. But I ended up winning this in an auction for $40, and most of the other ones I've seen have sold for between $50 and $80, and you know, the ones that were selling for around $50 were not in the best shape, but this one's actually in really good condition, which is awesome. You know, both games are in there, they're both complete. And to win that for 40 bucks, I was very happy, because in this condition, it probably should have sold for closer to 70 or 80. So that was a great deal, and I was very glad that I won that one. But the second one here just kind of blows that out of the water, not deal-wise, but quality-wise. And this is one of the rarest GameCube games, and I'm very glad to have it. And I ended up winning this in an auction for... I'm probably going to say it wrong, but it was, I think it was right around 100. And, you know, it might have been a little more. I know it wasn't any less, but normally it sells for, you know, normally it sells for $20 to $40 more than whatever I paid. So I got a little bit of a deal, but it wasn't amazing, but I'm still very glad to have it. And that is the Metroid Prime and Legend of Zelda Wind Waker dual pack here, or 2-pack, double pack, whatever you want to call it. But it's got both games, and all the manuals and everything are there. The only real difference is the cover artwork. That's pretty much what you're paying for with this, if you don't have the games already. But yeah, I'm just very glad to have this, and since I am trying to focus on GameCube, I'm glad to knock that one off the list because it is one of the rarest GameCube games. I'm very glad to have that. So, moving on to, well, no more games now, but one more thing before I get to the systems is a Nintendo 64 accessory here that is complete in the box, and I've never seen one in person with the box, and what I paid for this is what they usually sell for without the box. So it was a pretty good deal, and I got this off eBay. It was $30 with free shipping, and that is a Nintendo 64 game organizer, or a storage box, or whatever you want to call it. And it's the skinny version, so it's not like the big one that holds 24 games, but it holds 12 games, and it's pretty cool. Pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, it holds 12. But yeah, I was very happy to get that. I have a couple of these already. I have 3 of them, so this is my 4th one, but it's my first one in the box. I'm very glad to have it, and I think 30 bucks with free shipping was a great price, because they normally sell for that for just a drawer. So to get it complete for that was pretty cool. So next, we're moving on to systems. I have 3 new systems here to show you guys before I get to the sign. And I'm going to show these in kind of the order I think that they're the coolest, or the most rare, or whatever. The first one here is the Wii Mini, and this is the bundle that is now available in the United States. so I didn't have to import it from Canada. And it comes with Mario Kart here and everything, and it actually comes sealed. Where is it? Yeah, there's 2 stickers right here. I don't know if you can see the light catching on them, but it actually comes sealed, which is cool because I wasn't planning on opening this. I'm definitely never going to use it. But this was at Target for $100, you know, plus tax or whatever, which I thought was pretty cool. And yeah, I just decided to pick it up. And then the next one here I picked up at Target, and it was on sale. And this is normally $200, but it was marked down to $150 for like the week or whatever, so I decided to pick it up. And that is the Mario & Luigi Dream Team 3DS XL. And this is also still sealed. I'm not going to open it. It's got the 1 sticker there and then the 2 on this side. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, and you know, to get it $50 off is definitely nothing to complain about. And because of this, I now have 4 3DS XL systems. They're all sealed and they're all special editions. I have both the Pokemon ones, the red and the blue one, and then I have the Zelda one and now this one. So my 3DS system collection is doing pretty well. I don't have that many games though. Moving on to the last system before the sign. And this is another N64 Fantastic System, which I'm very glad to have and add to my collection, and that is the Grape Purple. And the box is a little pushed on the front here, but it's not too bad. And what sucks about it is that there's no styrofoam. And you can't take the styrofoam from a regular N64 because the Fantastic boxes are shaped a little thinner. Because I already tried, but came with everything here. We got power cable. Here's the controller. A little blue baggie, which is supposed to be in there. I don't know exactly what it's for. The AV cable, and then the system and its baggie here. So it's kind of weird that they had the baggies but not the styrofoam. But you know, eventually I will find another boxed Fantastic System that I can take the styrofoam from. That'll be a double, you know, and then complete this one. But this was right around $100 with, I think it was 120, and it came with like 5 games, which were, I think there was a Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap, and GoldenEye. So after selling off the games, it was about $90, which I think is a really fair deal. And I'm glad to add another N64 to my collection. So those are all the games, all the promo items, and all the systems, and now we move on to the sign. And this is it here. It is a blue neon Nintendo sign. And this is official. There's a sticker on the back that, you know, says Nintendo and everything on it. It's got the serial information. And I bought this from someone who used to be an employee at EB Games and GameStop. And he was a manager for quite a few years. And he was able to get this along with, you know, most of those PS2 games that I showed. He got most of those from there, and a lot of the promo items as well. And he's still a collector, but he's kind of thinning out his collection. That's why he sold me most of his PS2 stuff. He decided to keep all his Metal Gear Solid games and something else, I don't remember. But anyway, I'm very glad to have the sign. It's very cool. Not only does it turn on and off with like a pull string, but it also has a dimmer switch that you hit, and it gets brighter and softer each time you hit it, which is pretty cool. I don't really have a place to put it right now, but an announcement here that I guess I'll tell you guys now. I'm going to be moving at the beginning of February with my girlfriend into a house. Right now we're living in an apartment. We're going to be moving into a house with a roommate. It's a 4-bedroom house with 2 living rooms. The garage has actually been converted into a second living room, and that's where my game room is going to be, and it's going to be much bigger. There's going to be much more space to put stuff. I'm very excited about that. So, with that said, I definitely want to do a room tour of how I have everything set up now before I move. So you should expect to see the room tour within the next couple weeks, honestly, because you know, we're gonna have to start packing in January and get moved, you know, by the end of January, beginning of February. So I definitely need to get the room tour done now. Right now it's a couple days before Christmas, so I'm going to wait till after then because we have like a Christmas tree set up and lights and all that. So I want to get all that stuff taken down after Christmas and then do my room tour before classes start up again in January. And, You know, it might not be the most professional room tour because I am kind of rushed to do it, but I'm going to do the best I can. I hope you guys enjoy that when it comes out. And yeah, so that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I was definitely glad to add a lot of stuff to my collection, especially the sign, which is very cool. I can't really say what I paid for it because it was in a big bundle. Like I said, you know, the sign and all the PS2 games, it was a lot of money, I'm not going to lie, but there's a lot of stuff I didn't show because I already had it. But it was a good deal. In the end, once I sell the doubles, I'll make like 50 bucks and I'll get to keep the sign and the games that I show, which is pretty cool. So that is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.